Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here in the Built with Chocolate Milk Coaches Lounge at the THSCA Coaching School and Convention in Houston with the new head coach. New head coach.
Very new.
of the tribe of Seminole. It is Coach Ty Palmer. Coach, first and foremost, congrats on the gig. You get hired May 20-something?
Yeah, end of May.
You were one of the last coaching changes we got in the magazine when we sent the magazine to press on May 31st. That's why it sticks out to me.
Yeah, it was so late. We talked to the kids 2 days before school got out. So very, very into May.
So then I'm really interested in what that kind of week was like for you. Kent Jackson, departs. You get promoted to the big chair. What was that whole week kind of span like for you?
We kind of had an idea going in that was going to happen. Because me and him I played for him all the way through school and then coached for him for the past 7 years, and we were very, very, very tight. And so about 2 weeks before all that officially broke news and all that, we had talked, and he had told me that it was a possibility. And then the night before, he called me and he said, "You want to go to Lubbock and eat dinner? Because you don't go eat dinner in Seminole." So we drive an hour to Lubbock to eat. And when he called me, I told my wife, I said, "He's done. He'll hang him up." She said, "No, he won't." And I said, "He's done."
Yeah.
And so that night, he had told me he was going to hang him up, and move on with the offer he had. He couldn't. It was too good to turn down with the tractor stuff and all that. And then that next morning, he told the staff. And then the following day, I guess that was on a Friday. Yeah, Friday. And then that following Monday, we had a board meeting. Mm-hmm. And it kind of just all fell into plan. And I was just glad the board, had the faith and did it so quick for our kids and coaches before school got out, that nobody was scrambling for a job and all that stuff. So it was chaos, but it was good.
When you get promoted from your offensive coordinator spot, and this is your first head coaching job, and I'm interested, obviously that's it's in one way a big shift for the kids because it's a new guy at the helm. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, they know you're not some stranger. You're Coach Palmer. You've been around.
Right.
I'm interested kind of in what your message was to the kids the first time you addressed them as head coach.
Right. The first time I talked to them, we wanted them to understand that things aren't going to change, but by default things will change. Mm-hmm. Because I've never made a secret about it. I'm not Kent. I can't be Kent. They broke the mold when they made that dude.
He's the most Kent Jackson man that's ever lived.
Absolutely. And so I told him, I'm not going to be him. I'm not going to try to be him. I think you set yourself up for failure on that. And so, I told him things will change a little bit, but overall, what we've done's worked. We took a program that had kind of struggled before we got there a little bit, and we've, played past Thanksgiving every year into Christmas or into December a couple years, and 27 games in 3 years, and out west with the kids we've got. That's something a little bit, and so we told him it'll change, but ultimately we got to stay the course, and we owe it to him, and we owe it to the administration that had faith in us to stay the course and make it work.
Normally when there's a new head coach, I can't ask this question, but oddly I can with you, which is you were there last year, and this was a program, this is a team that struck me as a team that got better as the season went on, that the team that played maybe in week 3 and the team that played in week 13 almost unrecognizable. Different teams. I'm interested kind of in how you would sum up what you guys were able to do in 2018.
We had a lot of young skill kids last year, and what we do offensively, running the triple and so much option stuff, that's not something you just pick up. Mm-hmm. And JV speed and Friday night speed's a whole other animal, or they'd all be playing on Friday night. And so as our kids get a little more comfortable and they settled in and they get a little more, they understand that physical nature of what we try to do and the formations we try to set and the shifts and the motions and all of that stuff, they tend to get a little more grasp of it, and we can give them a little more of it, and we can give them a little more of it, and give them a little more of it. And as they go, it gets harder to defend. Mm-hmm. I just left the rules meeting in there, and they're talking about requiring us to give every game film come playoffs, and I'm on board because by God, good dig through 80 or something formations. We don't run a lot of things, but we run them at a lot of formations and shifts and motions, and so as the kids understand that, you can do more, and it makes it appear as though we got a lot better, and really we got quote unquote more complex to a defense, and really we didn't. So
right. It's really interesting to see what you guys are going to be all about, and so one thing that we were talking about a little bit beforehand is that this 2019 team feels like it's going to be different from the 2018 team. Now, part of that is the nature of the beast. Mm-hmm. When you're a small school, and you're a small school in the part of the world that you are, you're at the mercy of the kids that you have. But how do you feel like this 2019 team's going to be different from 2018?
You know, like we were talking about before we got on the camera, we'll be a little smaller. Mm-hmm. We'll have to be a little more sideline to sideline because we're faster. I feel like our kids they're a little smarter just because they've been in it for, an extra year. They're able to run. They're able to do some things that maybe we weren't quite able to do in the past just because we didn't have those speed type kids. Our linemen will be, we're going to lack some depth right there, and that's the part that's scary. And what we do offensively, because we graduated the farm as far as that's concerned. We got some guys back that played last year. We returned the tight end, which will have to be, kind of our anchor up front, and so we'll be different just because we don't have the like we talked about, the Moore kid who's at Texas now, and then the Barnard kid at Army, the fullback, that we were able to line up and just run right at people and say, we're going to do it first down, second down, third down, and hopefully you can stop it again on third down. And people can line up and do that with us. They can out-physical us. But if you can't be better, you better be different. And so we'll find a way to be different and let our kids do what they can do and see what happens.
Well, we're really excited to see. I mean, the good thing is it's not like you guys have to play anybody tough.
Yeah, no, we don't play anybody that's any good.
Yeah, you're gonna earn it, but it's that's kind of the way it's got to be, and especially in that part of the world where there's such a depth of coaching, I think, and such a depth of quality programs with great pedigree that if you want to get to I won't even get to if you want to stay at the level that Seminole's been at, basically under Coach Jackson, you got to hang with those teams. You got to hang with the really good teams out west, and it's not easy, but I guess you wouldn't take the job if it was easy. Right, yeah.
You were a lineman a couple years ago, didn't do us no favors, dropping down Canyon and Dumas and Hereford and all those dudes, and then putting us in district with Andrews. Right. It is what it is, but you don't want to, you don't want something that's easy. It doesn't mean very much if there's not much invested. I heard Dabo Sweeney say the other day they don't put championship rings on smooth hands. So, you want some really calluses and get some work. Steal that one from Dabo.
I'm going to hopefully not embarrass myself, but is this Mrs. Palmer?
This is my wife.
Hi, Mrs. Palmer. What does Mrs. Palmer think about being the head coach's wife?
I don't know. She's been our athletic trainer, so it's a little different even. She's our head trainer, so it's even a different relationship now.
Okay. It's gonna be.
She gets to be boss at home, and I get to be boss at work, I think.
Well, yes.
Sometimes.
You're objectively correct about that. Well, good luck to you. I mean, I guess to you too, but, good luck to you on that. And I'll make sure, because my thought is that the coaches' wives always tell the truth about how the team's going to be, because they don't have any reason to lie.
Right.
Coaches will come here and sandbag, and then I'll be like, I'm going to go talk to the wife, and they're like, they're going to be great. They're going to be really good. It's Ty Palmer, the new head coach of the Seminole Indians. One last thing to do. It's the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions. Do you dare spin the Dick's Sporting Goods Wheel of Questions?
I've sat here with you, so I might as well.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you've already sullied your reputation by sitting next
no
to me.
doubt.
Go ahead and give this thing a spin. DickSportingGoods.com sponsoring, whether they like it or not. They've decided to sponsor the Wheel of Questions.
See what we get to do.
DickSportingGoods.com. Let's see. Oh, this is a perfect one for you. If coaching had a walk-up song that, you get announced and you walk onto the field, what's your song?
Oh, man.
Your wife, I want to point this out, is losing her mind laughing
giggling
right
over
now.
There. Because what's funny is when we got married a few years ago, we always talked about if we had a walk-up song. And I'm not making this up. I'm 100% honest. And I can't tell you who sings it, but there's a song called I'm the Man. It's an old pop song. And I'm not a look at me, beat my chest guy at all, but we always joked about that.
Uh-huh.
And so it lands on that, and that's funny. I was hoping it wouldn't land on that when I was standing over there reading it. I was like, that's the one it does not need to land on.
We did it.
Here we are. So
money well spent, Dick's Sporting Goods.
No doubt.
So is it I'm the Man?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know that I want to play it at all, but yeah.
All right, she's nodding. Ty Palmer, the new head coach of Seminole. Coach, appreciate your time. Best of luck this year. We're excited.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.